How we doing today, y'all? Austin back again with another episode on barbed wire survival, and today I just figured I'd make a video doing a field strip of the Smith & Wesson AR-15, and this would also go for any other AR platform, AR-15, AR-10. But to start off, you're just gonna take your takedown pin right here and your pivot pin. You can see on the other side, right there and right here, you're just going to press those in. Come back to this side and you're just going to pull them out. That'll separate your lower and your upper. From here, I always like to start with this buffer spring and buffer tube, and you'll see this little notch right here. You're gonna have to push that down, and that'll release the buffer tube and the buffer spring, and you can sit that lower down to the side. And then from here, you're just gonna grab your charging handle, pull that out. That'll bring the bolt carrier group and the charging handle out with it. Charging handle is just standalone, it'll be by itself. So right here with your bolt carrier group, you're gonna start out by pulling this firing pin retaining pin out. And to make it a little bit easier, you can grab a pin and just stick it through that hole right there, and it'll come out a little bit easier. And as you can see, I need to clean this little puppy, which I'm about to do, which is the reason I'm taking it apart. But from here, you're going to pull the firing pin out, and that'll just sit right there. And then you'll pull this cam out, and you'll rotate it to where it's horizontal like that, and it should come out. And then from here, you'll take the extractor out, lay that bad boy down, and then from here, if you want to, you can take this extractor, take the firing pin retaining pin, and you will pull this pin out, and as you can see, this little pin is holding this in, and you'll take that out. That way you can completely clean everything within the extractor and get in those little nooks and crannies to be able to clean it. Alrighty, y'all, now that y'all have got the weapon pulled apart, I've already put the extractor back together, so you're going to take your bolt carrier, and you want to make sure that the gas key is pointing towards you. And that small notch right there on the top, you're going to make sure that it's pointed to the 11 o'clock position when you put it in. Rotate that to the 11 o'clock, and that's just because when you've got it at the 11 o'clock, you can see that little hole in there. You can see that hole. When it's at the 11 o'clock, it'll expose that. That way you can put that cam pin back in. And now that you've got the extractor in, you're going to take the cam pin and you're going to put that in. You want to make sure it's horizontal. And then you're going to rotate it 90 degrees to where it's vertical. Like that. And from here, you will take the firing pin, put it back in, and then that firing pin retaining pin in the part with the bigger hole. Got a little one where it sticks out just a little bit, but you can see through there, and you'll put that in. Sometimes, depending on how much it's used or, you know, the wear and tear on it, it may be a little bit harder to get in. You'll have to wiggle it around. I know with my Duty M4, it takes a little bit of wiggling around to get it in there. But from here, you're going to pull the extractor. It won't go into the upper without it being out like this. So from here, you'll take your charging handle, put it in like so, and you're gonna make sure the extractor is pointed into the gun. You're gonna slide that in there, wait till it clicks, and I've already got the buffer spring and buffer tube back in there. That's just self-explanatory on how it goes in, but you're gonna line up the pivot pin and the takedown pin with the upper. If it will go in, push the pivot pin in, push the takedown pin in, and that is your put back together AR-15.